Hey guys, GenmaTheSamurai here. Okay, so I said this part would be the last part, but actually no. This is going to be the first, more relaxed part. So I actually have attempted the last area, and it's hard. It is really darn hard. So, because of that, I'm actually going to take this episode to show kind of how all these areas connect. So without further ado, let's go and explore a bit and also collect energy crystals. And I'm going to explain why. So, it turns out that I can use one major Cyber Elf and still get an A rank. My chance of getting an S rank are completely out the window, but I can still get an A rank, which is good. If you head up left here, you can see we're in the desert area. So yeah, it basically is just a travel, leftwards from, the base, and you end up in the desert. Once you use a trans server, it permanently stays, active. So you can just go to it, but you have to activate it first, of course. So that's something to keep in mind. In general, this is like one thing that does kind of annoy me about this game, compared to like the later Zero games, is that you have to manually, actually a few things that I can just kind of knock out in one episode here. So this is going to be me back to my more explainy self when it comes to this, because I've been really focused for the last few episodes. So one problem that this game has is that you can't really travel anywhere unless you have, like, I guess, checkpoints or whatever you want to call, like, the equivalent of these things, you know what I mean, like the stations. Like, you have to activate these set locations first, and then you can warp there. But then you also have to take the time to travel to the spot that lets you warp, and that is tedious. But the more annoying thing, which you're going to see later this episode, is regarding Cyber Elves. So, I'm going to showcase in the top right corner what Cyber Elves do. So, Cyber Elves have this really neat function where you can use them for all kinds of different things. You can use them to heal yourself, use them to, turn bullets into, like, I don't know, energy crystals or something. There's another Cyber Elf. They have all sorts of really neat effects. But the problem with it, of course, is that using them lowers your score. The more effective ones that, like, for example, they will increase your maximum health or give you sub-tanks. Those ones are the most useful ones in the game. Now, are they generally available? I mean, some of them you do have to find and stuff. But the worst thing about them that I was going to talk about is that you need to feed them energy crystals to make them level up. And the amount of energy crystals you need to activate some of these things are just baffling. So I'm currently collecting 1,200 for this part. So I have a bit of grinding I'm going to have to do, guys. So the Cyber Elf I'm wanting to activate is a sub-tank. I was having a hard time figuring out, which one to use between all these different ones, because, the, whatchamacallit, the Cyber Elves that, increase your maximum health, I think it's more beneficial to use a sub-tank, because the sub-tank can be used about 3 or 4 times without, like, just before you, like, run out, assuming you have this amount of health, because that way, with this little health, you don't need to use very much. One neat thing about returning to this place is all of those energy things are turned off, so thank goodness for that. Platforming in this area is just that much less tedious. It still sucks, but hey. Yeah, the really tight screen positioning just really is the worst right there, I do have to admit. Okay, I'm just gonna drop. Leap of faith. Yeah, I can't even. Okay, it's just leap of faith. Yeah, that's the one really trippy thing that I've learned there, is that you just need to just trust. Because it will catch you, it's just you can't see the platform half the time. and it's really sketch. Like, it may not look like that big of a deal to you guys, but it is emotionally just like, especially with the lack of lives that this game gives you that I mentioned. Oh man. Yeah, so let's see, how many do I have now? I have 798. I'm making good progress. So yeah, as you can see, you know, the factory is obtained through like the subway area. So if you know like the layout of this stuff, that's where it kind of starts to piece together, you know, how to unlock certain missions, because some of them are obviously, you know, tied to getting to certain areas first. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, so that's about all the energy crystals we can get here. We've gotten quite a lot. Now we're going to be doing the most tedious part of this, which is going to be running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth between the disposal center and you know, the main area. So I may or may not jump cut there. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, this is just the real talk episode, guys, because honestly, the next part is going to be the big finale. So it's going to be pretty intense. You know, I'm going to be doing something really cool for it, and I hope you guys enjoy it when I do it. And I'm actually really strongly considering doing 0-2 after this. Like, I was practicing it the other day, so I may go straight to 0-2. But anyway, let's go to the disposal center. Okay. Right. So, basically the strategy here, for grinding this, is to, just go back and forth between here. There's plenty of enemies, and there's several good spots where you can just make them respawn. Enemies, like, it will drop energy crystals, so, the only one I care about is one single, you know, Cyber Elf. But the last area, even with the sub-tank, is pretty darn ruthless. But it is totally doable to get an A rank. I've practiced a lot, so I don't know. We'll see. Let's see if my commentary continues to not really impede my gameplay. Let's head right. Whoosh. Right. Yeah, this is a little boring, I admit. So I'm just gonna go through this whole segment. I may actually spend this part just returning to old areas. That might be a thing. So, oh yeah, also up here, and I'll just go in the long way. Come on. Okay. So, over here, you see that there is like a Cyber Elf thingy. There we go. We got it. Alright, so if we can get it to come closer. I don't know if we can. Sorry about that. I'll probably cut that, so. Yeah. People will be knocking at my door. Come on. Yeah, generally this is a pretty boring way to collect stuff, I admit. But then again, hacking things in half is fun. I don't know how to get up to a lot of these places. Dude, I need more energy crystals. Oh! Z-Saber level up. Nice. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh wow, does that go endlessly? Oh, it does! Oh, that's actually really cool. Kinda like the rolling thing in Wind Waker. Okay, that's neat. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so I have now farmed everything. So let's see how this works. So basically, first thing you want to do is you want to select Feed Elf. As you can see, some of these don't need to be fed. I've already explained that. The one we're going to be using is the sub-tank here. Now, feed it 1200 and it evolves, as it were. Lubtin is now able to be used to create a sub-tank. So you download the Cyber Elf. Let's go right there. And all you need to do is access your little menu here, select a yes, and boom, instant sub-tank. Then I'm gonna show for a little bit, but not really, because you know that'd be 2 sessions of grinding in 1 episode. That would be a bit much. So we'll head left. I'll kill an enemy until it drops some health. So sub-tanks are incredibly useful in this series. You will see why. Well, maybe not right away. What? An extra life? Really? That's actually really surprising. You don't see enemies drop those very often. Like, it's really rare. Anyway. Yep. Now, if you just heard that noise, the sub-tank just filled with energy. So you can then grind these guys and fill up your sub-tank. Right there. So yeah, I won't show the whole process. I'll just cut back. And welcome back. So yeah, I farmed some health and now it's all the way to the top. And with that, I think I'm going to end the part. Next part, we are going to be tackling the last area of the game. Oh boy. So, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next part of Mega Man Zero, the last part. Alright. Bye.